and welcome to the Noctua YouTube channel. My name is Dan, and in this video we're going to be looking at our brand new NTH2 thermal compound and discussing how and when it can be used to enhance cooling performance. Further improving the award-winning NTH1, our NTH2 thermal compound uses a new fine-tuned mixture of metal oxide microparticles for an even lower thermal resistance and reduced bondline thickness at typical mounting pressures. This allows us to achieve an even better performance in most application scenarios, making it ideal for enthusiasts looking for that slight cooling edge. But what kind of differences in performance can you expect to achieve? As you can see, in our own standardized internal testing at various platforms and heat loads, lower temperatures of up to 2 degrees Celsius were attained when using the NTH2 compared to when using our standard NTH1. Of course, it's important to note that thermal-based performance can depend on many factors, such as application method and quality, bondline thickness, contact surface and quality, total mounting pressure and pressure distribution, heat load, or heatsink time. Therefore, comparison results may vary from setup to setup. When comparing two high-end pastes such as the NTH1 and NTH2, where the differences can be small on some setups, it is also crucial to strictly control all parameters and tolerances to avoid misleading results. Therefore, in order to reduce the margin of error when comparing the two, it is crucial to do multiple applications and average the results. Despite all variations from setup to setup, there are 3 rules of thumb that hold true in many testing scenarios. Firstly, performance benefits show more clearly the higher the heat load is. For example, the performance benefit of the NTH2 over the NTH1 may not show on a 35-watt processor like the AMD AM4 200GE, but will usually show very clearly on a CPU like the AMD Ryzen 2700X, which can reach 125 watts with precision boost enabled. Secondly, performance differences will show more clearly on larger CPUs than on smaller ones. For example, they'll be more pronounced on AMD's TR4 than on the smaller Intel LGA1151. In our internal tests, we only saw a 0.2 degrees C benefit on the LGA1151 versus 2.1 degrees C on the TR4 setup. And finally, with current Intel CPUs, there can be up to several degrees difference in full load temperatures between individual CPU cores, especially on CPUs with a high number of cores. Often, these differences are due to internal tolerances of the processor, and therefore cannot be attributed to uneven thermal paste distribution or poor heatsink contact. To sum things up, results can generally vary from setup to setup, and whilst you may not see huge improvements when switching from NTH1 to NTH2 on low TDP CPUs or LGA11xx systems, with bigger CPUs or higher heat loads, there's a good chance you'll see an improvement of 1 to 2 degrees or more. We hope you found this video helpful, and for guides on how to optimally apply our NTH2, please see the other videos linked below. Hi, and welcome to the Noctua YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at our very first Redux CPU cooler, the NH-U12S Redux. True to the spirit of Noctua's Redux line, the NH-U12S Redux is a streamlined, accessibly priced version of the iconic NH-U12S. But what sets this Redux edition cooler apart from the original, and how do they compare when it comes to cooling ability? Visually, the two coolers look very similar, and with the same dimensions as the standard NH-U12S, the U12S Redux inherits many of the benefits of the original. Standing at 158mm tall, the NH-U12S Redux is short enough to fit in most modern mid or high-end tower cases, and at 125mm wide, stays clear of the top PCIe slot on most standard ATX or micro ATX motherboards. Also, thanks to its slim design, it won't overhang the RAM slots on any current platform, giving you full access to the memory modules and guaranteeing 100% compatibility with modules that feature tool heat spreaders or RGB lighting. But what about the differences? Well, with the NH-U12S Redux, we've simplified the overall cooler design and replaced the traditional NF-F12 fan with the higher speed 1700 RPM NF-P12 Redux. When looking purely at raw cooling performance, these differences leave the NH-U12S Redux at roughly the same level as both the regular NH-U12S and the all-black Chromax variant. One thing that does set these coolers apart, however, is when it comes to noise levels. In addition to giving the cooler its grey Redux appearance, the difference in fans also affects the amount of noise that the fan produces. In fact, the NF-F12 fan of the regular NH-U12S is 2.7 decibels quieter than the P12 fan of the NH-U12S Redux, with the F12 fan reaching 22.4 decibels at max speed compared to 25.1 decibels for the P12. So if noise is a top priority for you, the traditional NH-U12S does have the edge. But perhaps the most striking difference between these two coolers is seen in the packaging and the accessories. Much like with our Redux fans, the NH-U12S Redux does away with many of the extras that come with the traditional NH-U12S. By omitting extra cables, such as low noise adapters or Y cables, as well as any extra fan clips for installing a second fan, the Redux edition reduces the package to its essential core, the cooler itself. Another important distinction is that, unlike our standard Noctua coolers, which come with a full tube of thermal paste included in the box for multiple installations, with our Redux line, we've simplified the installation process further by including a single-use pre-applied layer of our anti-H1 thermal paste to the base of the cooler, making it even easier to install and eliminating any guesswork as to how much paste should be used. But do bear in mind that this does of course mean that additional thermal paste will have to be purchased separately for future additional installations. So, with a simplified package, the NH-U12S Redux has been clearly designed to give users everything they need without all the extras. But for those users who do want to upgrade their cooler further, we've put together our optional NA-FK1 fan kit too. Available for purchase separately, the NA-FK1 includes a second NF-P12 fan clips, anti-vibration pads, a Y cable, and low noise adapters, providing everything that you need to upgrade your NH-U12S Redux to a push-pull dual fan setup, thereby making it possible to further improve cooling performance or to reduce noise levels by having two fans running at lower speeds. So, having examined these two coolers, which one is best for you? Undeniably, the classic NH-U12S remains a great default choice for customers who are looking for a well-rounded signature Noctua solution. With a fantastic range of accessories included in the box, and a superior performance to noise ratio, the NH-U12S is ideal for enthusiasts who want the full classic Noctua cooler experience and don't mind paying a little bit extra. The NH-U12S Redux, on the other hand, is a fantastic choice for any price-conscious users, offering a budget-friendly package designed to provide you with Noctua quality cooling performance without all the extras. And as well as coming with our premium SecuFirm2 mounting system and a full 6-year manufacturer's warranty, just like with any other Noctua cooler, mounting upgrade kits for all future sockets will be provided completely free of charge wherever technically possible, making the NH-U12S Redux a safe long-term investment. Ultimately, there's no single best option, and the right choice will depend on your needs. But with the addition of the NH-U12S Redux into our lineup, there hopefully should be a Noctua cooler for any demand and any budget. Building your own PC but worried about running into compatibility problems? To help users choose the best options for their system, we've put together the Noctua Compatibility Center to help you quickly identify which CPUs, motherboards, cases, and RAM modules are compatible with each of our CPU coolers. Search our general list to see all Noctua coolers that are compatible with your chosen hardware. In the CPU section, you can search by manufacturer and socket type, or search for a specific CPU using the search function. For example, let's say you're using the Intel Core i9-12900K. Simply search for it in our CPU list to see all Noctua coolers that are suitable. Here, the green tick indicates that this cooler is compatible with this CPU, whilst the scale symbol indicates the turbo or overclocking headroom that it offers. Here we can see that for this CPU, the NH-C14S is both compatible and offers medium turbo headroom. Below, the larger NH-D15 is also compatible but offers greater turbo performance. Note that the turbo overclocking headroom rating is classified in relation to the specific base and turbo clock speeds of the CPU. For example, compatible without turbo overclocking headroom means that a cooler can keep the CPU at base clock, whilst best turbo overclocking headroom means that the cooler can go close to the maximum specified turbo boost speeds. In the comments section, users can find additional relevant information, for example whether any extra mounting kits are required. In the case of the NH-D15, we can see that for older models purchased before 2022, they may require our NM-I17xx MP83 mounting kit for use on this socket, which can be ordered free of charge from our website, and following the provided link will take users to the relevant order form. Similar lists can be found for motherboards, cases, and RAM modules. Simply search for your chosen hardware in the search functions and follow the information provided to determine which CPU coolers are suitable. As well as our general compatibility lists, you can also find compatibility information for specific CPU coolers. This is useful if you've already purchased your Noctua cooler and are looking to upgrade other elements of your system. Let's say that you have the NH-D15 but want to purchase new RAM modules. Simply choose the NH-D15 from our list of coolers and click on the RAM tab at the top of the page. Then choose the DDR type and the socket family for your system. In the search boxes below, select a manufacturer and the list will display all current RAM modules that match your criteria. Here we can see that the Kingston Fury Beast has a RAM height of 34mm. The blue X indicates that the NH-D15 is compatible but with certain restrictions. And in the comments section, we can read that this RAM can only be used if the front fan of the cooler is moved upwards. However, the RAM module above does not have this same restriction, and it is fully compatible with this cooler. Again, similar cooler specific lists can be found for CPUs, motherboards, and cases. With the NCC, we hope to make upgrading your system as simple as possible for both new and existing Noctua users. Begin your search now at ncc.noctua.at. With the addition of the NH-D12L into our lineup, you may be asking which 120mm class Noctua cooler is right for you. This video aims to answer exactly that question by comparing each of our 120mm models and explaining when we recommend choosing each to help you to select the best possible solution for your system. The classic option in our 120mm class range, the NH-U12S offers the perfect combination of strong cooling performance, quiet operation, and excellent compatibility, and has been one of our most popular CPU cooler models for many years. It's a great default choice for customers who are looking for a well-rounded signature Noctua solution and don't require the extra performance headroom of the NH-U12A or the lower height of the NH-D12L. Not a fan of the traditional color scheme? Well, the NH-U12S Chromex Black has you covered. It's identical to the regular version except for its black color and can be further customized with our range of Chromex accessories, allowing you to color match it to your build color scheme. For users who want a more affordable choice, the NH-U12S Redux may be the answer. A streamlined version of our NH-U12S with a slightly simplified design and coming without all the extra accessories that are included with a standard Noctua cooler, the Redux edition is perfect for users who are looking for a highly compatible, reliable CPU cooler at a lower price point. Its raw cooling performance is on the same level as the regular NH-U12S, with both models scoring a Noctua Standardized Performance Rating or NSPR of 129 points. However, it is worth noting that the NF F12 fan of the regular NH-U12S is 2.7 decibels quieter than the P12 fan of the NH-U12S Redux. On the other end of the scale, we have the NH-U12A, designed for those users who want the absolute best performance to noise efficiency in the 120mm class and don't mind investing a bit more. With an NSPR of 169 points, and its dual state-of-the-art NF-A12X25 PWM fans running around 2.5 decibels quieter than the P12 fan of the U12S Redux, the NH-U12A provides a significantly higher level of performance to noise efficiency that can rival many larger 140mm class coolers too. Also coming in a black Chromex version, the NH-U12A Chromex Black is again identical to the regular version except for its color, and too can be further customized with our selection of Chromex accessories and heatsink covers. Finally, we come on to the newest addition in our lineup, the NH-D12L. The D12L is catered to customers who require a lower height solution for better case compatibility. While the NH-U12A, U12S and U12S Redux all stand at 158mm tall, the NH-D12L measures only 145mm. This height reduction allows it to fit into not only a wide range of 4U rack mount server cases and many tower style enclosures that are not wide enough for 158mm units, but also some larger small form factor and many ITX cases too. At the same time, its 5 heat pipe dual tower design and the NF-A12X25R fan allow it to achieve an NSPR of 148 points, at a noise level of only 22.6 decibels. This means its performance to noise efficiency is superior to both the NH-U12S and U12S Redux, second only to the U12A and much larger coolers such as the NH-D15. All this makes the NH-D12L the best choice for users who require serious cooling performance but cannot fit the larger NH-U12A in their system. When choosing a CPU cooler, there are many factors to consider, such as compatibility with other components, the level of performance you require for your system, and of course, for some users, the appearance. But whatever your requirements are, we always recommend checking out the Noctua Compatibility Center first at ncc.noctua.at. With full CPU, motherboard, case and RAM compatibility lists for all of our CPU coolers, you can easily find out exactly which model is the best choice for your PC build. For more information on how to navigate our NCC and find the information you're looking for, check out our NCC video guide, link below.